Hello, children. Today we are going to study a poem, Beauty. Before reading an explanation of the poem Beauty, we should know about the poet. Luisi Abita Cheuki, or E. Ye Shure, or Blue Corn, born on September 9, 1926, was a Puebloan writer, poet, and educator who was an enrolled member of Isleta Pueblo. When she was 13 years old, her first book, the illustrated I Am Pueblo Indian Girl, was published. The book, which is told through both prose and poetry, is the first book to explain the lives and culture of the Pueblo community to the non native world. She appeared in the short films Fashion Horizon, showing her book to Hollywood actresses. Chiuki, also known as E. Ye Shure Bluecorn, had a long career in teaching and remains active in the Native American education system. Long after her retirement, Luisa Abitia died in July 2014. Beauty in this poem, beauty has been defined. The poet says that beauty, it is the attitude of a person. Beauty is everywhere. It can be seen in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, the growing crops, people who dance to show their happiness when their crops are ready. Anything in earnest. In this poem, beauty has been defined. The poet says that beauty is there in everything. Now, to know more about beauty, let's read the poem. Beauty is seen in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, corn growing, and people working or dancing for their harvest. Beauty is heard in the night, wind sighting, rain falling, or a singer chanting. Anything in earnest. Beauty is in yourself. Good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves. In your dreams, in your work, and even in your rest. The poet is trying to say in this poem that beauty is in everything. All the small things we do or the environment around us, everything has beauty in it. Everything has its own importance. All the things are beautiful in their own unique way. Sunlight has its own beauty. Beauty can be seen in growing corns, people who are working and dancing for getting good harvest. Beauty is not only seen but can also be heard or felt. For instance, when night falls, wind blows slowly, the sound of rainfall, or when a singer sings, they all give pleasure to the mind and make it feel happy. Beauty is not just outside, it is within. Beauty is the self. Our good deeds, happy thoughts, please everyone, are all beautiful. Our dreams are also beautiful as they give us reason to advance and work with zeal. Beauty is in your style of work, the way you take rest and sleep. Beauty is everywhere. It is in attitude, the way we look at things. Actually, everything is beautiful in its own unique manner. The need is to feel it. So, I'm going to explain stanzas wise. Beauty is seen in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, corn growing, and people working or dancing for their harvest. Corn means the chief cereal crop of wheat, oats, maize, barley, etc. Harvest means the time of the year when the crop is ready. Now, in this line, the poet says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It is the attitude of a person. Beauty is everywhere. It can be seen in the sunlight, the rays which are coming from the sun. It's beautiful. It's having a wonderful color. The trees having beautiful leaves, beautiful shapes. The birds, their chirping and their physical appearance of a bird is beautiful. The growing crops which are having lovely colors. People who dances to show their happiness when their crops are ready. In the harvest season, the people are dancing to show their happiness. Let's move to the next stanza. Beauty is heard in the night, wind sighing, rain falling, or a singer chanting. Anything in earnest. Earnest means sincere and honest conviction. Sighing means sound of a deep, loud breath or exhale taken in relief. Chanting means singing. Beauty is a thing to be felt. It can be heard means one can listen to it. Like one can hear its sound when nights fall. When the wind blows and create a sound. When rain falls on the earth. It's giving a beautiful, wonderful sound. When a singer sings, one can feel it in a sincere and honest conviction of a person. The beauty of nature is described in this poem. Let's move to the third stanza. Beauty is in yourself, good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves in your dreams, in your work, and even in your rest. Deeds means acts. Repeat means to happen again and again. Beauty is not always external or visible. It is within and it can be abstract also. One's views, good acts, one's wishes, which one even imagines in dream. Beauty can be one way of work or even the style of taking rest. Thus, beauty is very vast. It cannot be confined to one thing. Rather, it is there in everything. We just need eyes and have a heart to see it. In this poem, the poet says that the real beauty can be seen in the sunlight, trees and birds, in corn growing, people working or people dancing for the harvest. The poet does not agree with the traditional thinking about beauty. Now the poet is thinking about how beauty can be heard. According to her, beauty can be heard at night when the wind sighs and when the rain falls and when a singer sings in earnest from the core of his heart. The poet says In the concluding stanza, that poet beauty lies in ourself, in good deeds, happy thoughts, which are repeated in our dreams, and in our work, and even in our rest. Beauty gives pleasure to all our senses. It can be noticed in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, the fields, and the dancing groups. The people dance joyfully for their harvest. Beauty can also be heard in the night when the wind makes a whistling sound, the rain falls, or some singer sings merrily. True beauty, however, shows itself in our noble action and good ideas. That beauty is repeated in the one's dreams and deeds, and even one rests. Beauty is a property of certain things. Something is beautiful if it is nice to look at it, hear it, feel it, taste it, smell it, or think about it. The opposite of beautiful is ugly. It is also the name of a feeling that is hard to describe. The nature of this feeling varies from person to person and culture to culture. In second stanza, we can see beauty is heard in the night. So beauty can be heard when dry leaves rustle, when little birds chirps or twitter, when innocent children laugh. There are many other things in the nature in which one can hear beauty. So we can feel, taste, see, and hear also the beauty. From this poem, the poetess conveys the message that a thing of beauty is a joy forever. It transcends time. It will never fade away. Beauty has the power to remove darkness and negativity and help us to survive when there is a death of noble nature or when one is surrounded by evil. A thing of beauty is a joy forever because it gives us internal and everlasting happiness and leaves such an impact in our mind that we are able to relive and wonderful feeling we get from it. Each time we think about it, it never fades into nothingness. In fact, its lovingness increases with each passing moment. In the second paragraph, we can see rain falling. The poet says that the rain is beautiful because it comes in the hot summer and it settles the dust in the air and cools the heat. Which are the places where the rain falls? The rain falls in the narrow lanes and the hot street. So it gives a beauty to the nature. Let's start the exercises working with the poem. First question, the poet says, beauty is heard in. Can you hear beauty? Add a sound that you think is beautiful to the sound the poet thinks are beautiful. The poet Shelley said, heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. What do you think this means? Have you ever heard a song in your head long after the song was sung or played? We find the melodious notes of the cuckoo or the nightingale very pleasing to ear, but that pleasure is still incomplete. We have models of perfect beauty in our imagination, and we wait anxiously to hear our beloved's voice and the chanting of prayers in holy places. We all look for perfection. A poetic phrase, idea, or expression haunts us all through life. This way, you can write the answer. We find the melodious notes of the cuckoo or the nightingale very pleasing to the ears, but that pleasure is still incomplete. We have models of perfect beauty in our imaginations, and we wait anxiously to hear our beloved's voice and the chanting of the prayer in holy places. We all look for perfection. A poetic phrase, idea, or expressions haunts us all through life. Second question is, read the first and second stanzas of the poem again. Note the following phrases: corn growing, people working or dancing, wind singing, wind sighing, rain falling, a singer chanting. These could be written as corn that is growing, people who are working or dancing. Can you rewrite other phrases like this? Why do you think the poet uses the shorter phrases? Yes, a few other phrases have been shortened in the poem. For example, a stream flowing, baby crying, etc. I think the poet uses the shorter phrases for creating musical effect. Only for creating a musical effect, the poet uses these short phrases, just like stream flowing, baby crying. These type of the phrases he used in this poem. Find picture of beautiful things you have seen or heard of. Each one of us has a different concept of beauty in physical form or in thoughts and deeds. Your experience may be different from your friends. So try to recall yourself beautiful scenes and sounds. Question number 4 is, write a paragraph about beauty. Use your own ideas along with the ideas in the poem. You may discuss your ideas with your partner. So, this you will write yourself, but I am going to tell you how to write the answer. Our whole life is a mad search of beauty in different forms. Every fine art is a treasure house of beauty, be it dance or poetry or sculpture. What the tribal people regard as beauty may look ugly to us. So beauty has as many forms as one can imagine, but nobody can fail to see beauty in good deeds, heroic action, sweet voice, and in nature. It is difficult to describe or define beauty, but beauty attracts everybody and is appreciated all over the world. Where does beauty lie in? Well, it is visible in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, the crops, and the harvesters who dance merrily. Beauty is heard in the night when the wind blows, or rain falls, or some singer sings. But the real beauty lies in the noble action and thought at all times, whether working or resting. As you all know, beauty, a combination of qualities such as shape, color, or form that pleases the aesthetic senses, especially the sight. Beauty is the aspiration of a property or characteristic to an animal, idea, object, person, or place that provides a perceptual experience of pleasure or satisfaction. Beauty is studied as a part of the aesthetic, culture, social, and psychology and sociology. In the last paragraph or stanza, you can see beauty is in yourself. Good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves. So, the real beauty is an integral trait of one's nature and temperament. A person with an ugly face deserves to be called more beautiful than the someone who has a beautiful face but an ugly heart. Beauty is being comfortable and confident in your own skin. The poet says, "It's looking pretty dressing up as per the societal expectation, or is beauty genuinely being kind and compassionate?" People say that true beauty comes from inside, despite knowing that people judge you on how you look. Does looking beautiful come naturally, or being beautiful means applying layers of harmful makeup on your face? Can't beauty be in smiling or being with friends? I feel it is time to redefine the parameters of beauty and start being proud of who we really are. I believe that true beauty is being happy and helpful, being confident and outgoing, being non judgmental and open to ideas. And as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is not just a visual experience, it is a characteristic that provides a perceptual experience to the eye, the ear, the intellect, and the aesthetic faculty or the moral sense. It is the qualities that give pleasure, meaning, or satisfaction to the senses. But in this talk, I wish to concentrate on the eye, the intellect, and the moral sense. The nature of beauty is one of the most enduring and controversial themes in Western philosophy, and is with the nature of art one of the two fundamental issues in philosophical aesthetics, and beauty has traditionally been counted among the ultimate values with goodness, truth, and justice. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is defined as the quality of aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalt the mind or spirit. In other words, everyone can see beauty in anything. It doesn't have to be beauty of someone's body or face. In this poem, the poet want to tell us what is real beauty. Is real beauty is to feel. In first paragraph, the poet is talking about the natural beauty, which is, as the poet said in the poetry, beauty is a property of certain things. Something is beautiful if it is nice to look at it, hear it, feel it, taste it, smell it, or think about it. It is also the name of the feeling that is hard to describe. The nature of this feeling varies for person to person and culture to culture. It is not known if only human can feel it. There are many ideas about what beauty is. Some people say that beauty is the similarity between a real object or an object of art. For example, a beautiful picture might be one that looks very lifelike. Similarly, between any object and what you think it should look like. For example, a beautiful tree might be one with a straight brown trunk and lots of green leaves, or beautiful clouds might be those that are white and fluffy like wool. The way an object makes us feel happy, sad, angry, or something else, emotional. For example, beautiful piece of music might be one which makes people feel very happy or very sad. The quality of an object, for example, a beautiful story might be very well written. In regards to writing, a piece may be beautiful through use of intricacy and the depth which gives the reader a mental image or certain feeling or feeling of emotion. Poetry is one example of writing that can be considered beautiful in the way it paints a picture or brings about an emotional response. There are many other theories. Some things that people say are beautiful are not explained by any of these ideas. If you talk about the aesthetics, the meaning of aesthetics, a set of principles concerned with the nature and appreciation of the beauty. The branch of philosophy which deals with questions of beauty and artistic taste. In this poem, the poetess describes beauty in this poem. She is trying to tell us that beauty is everything in life. Beauty can be seen in the sunlight, the trees, the bird, corn growing, people working, dancing, and singing in their harvest. Wherever we see the beauty is there. Beauty is God, and God is beauty. Beauty lies in the objects of nature. All good things, good action, and all that pleases are beautiful.
Beauty is seen in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, corn growing, and people working or dancing for their harvest. Beauty is held in the night, with siren falling, or a singer chanting, anything in earnest. Beauty is in yourself. Good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves in your dreams, in your work, and even in your rest, and even in your rest. Thank you.
In the conclusion of the poem Beauty, beauty gives pleasure to all our senses. It can be noticed in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, the fields, and the dancing groups. The people dance joyfully for their harvest. Beauty can also be heard in the night when the wind makes a whistling sound and rain falls, or some singer sings merrily. True beauty, however, shows itself in our noble actions and deeds and good ideas. The thinking, good thinking, that beauty is repeated in one's dream and deeds, and even one when one rests. The poet is trying to say in this poem that beauty is in everything. All the small things we do or the environment around us, everything has beauty in it. Everything has its own importance. All things are beautiful in their own unique way. Sunlight has its own beauty. Beauty can be seen in the growing corns, people who are working and dancing for getting good harvest. Beauty is not only seen but can also be heard or felt. For instance, when night falls, wind blows slowly, and the sound of rain fall, or when a singer sings, they all give pleasure to the mind and they make it feel happy. Beauty is not a just outside, it is within. Beauty is the self. Our good deeds, happy thoughts, please everyone, all are beautiful. Our dreams are also beautiful as they give us reason to advance and work with zeal. Beauty is in your style of work, the way you take rest and sleep. Beauty is everywhere. It is in the attitude, the way we look at things. Actually, everything is beautiful in its own unique manner. The need is to feel it.